It's time for your primetime forecast from Dr. Don's weather page in the Shepherd's Weather Center. Now, here's Dr. Don.
Happy Monday. Happy President's Day. East Alabama to West Georgia. Dr. Don for today's primetime forecast. It is February 15, 2021 from the Shepherd's Weather Center. Don't forget to head over to paypal.me/Dr. Don WX to support Dr. Don's weather page. At the bottom of the video, you'll see a button that says Send Message. If you have a business or if you know someone who does, tell them to click on that button and we can tell you how you can become a partner at Dr. Don's weather page before we do our next weather forecast. On this date, back in 1895, a huge Guff snowstorm produced 6 inches at Brownsville, Texas, and Mobile, Alabama. 15 inches at Galveston, Texas, 24 inches of snow at Rayne, Louisiana in just 24 hours. Snow fell at the very mouth of the Mississippi River. Houston, Texas received 22 inches of snow, and 9 inches blanketed New Orleans, Louisiana. And we've got a very similar situation setting up today. More about that in just a bit. Your Storm Prediction Center convective outlook for Monday. There is a slight risk of severe weather across southern Georgia today and across a good chunk of northwest Florida down into the Florida Panhandle. Marginal risk of severe weather on either side of that to include southeast Alabama and up into central Georgia. And then maybe some scattered thunderstorms this afternoon across the rest of Alabama and Georgia. I think that would most likely be in East Alabama and portions of Georgia, as we've got a winter storm underway for the rest of Alabama over in West Alabama and North Alabama. Speaking of which, here's the latest from the National Weather Service office at Birmingham. So we do have a major winter storm underway. It's really odd because this is going to affect West Alabama and North Alabama, maybe extreme northeast Alabama, but basically on a line from Gadsden to Clanton to Selma and east, we're not going to see much in the way of winter precipitation. But you see that purple area there, that's the area of significant impact. Dangerous travel conditions, numerous power outages are anticipated up there. Folks, some areas of northeast or northwest Alabama may receive almost 3/4 of an inch of ice before this is all over with. Now, that is catastrophic. That will bring down utilities. That will bring down major feeder lines that, power entire communities. And we're talking power outages there maybe for weeks or at least for days anyway. The blue area that you see is elevated area. That's where we expect to have difficulty with travel on bridges and overpasses. We could see some sporadic power outages, and that will include the city of Birmingham. Tuscaloosa is right there on that line between significant impacts and impacts on elevated areas. And then the light blue area is limited risk area where you could see a few slick spots on roadways, especially bridges and overpasses. The best idea here is stay away from places like Gadsden, Birmingham, Clanton, Selma, Demopolis, Tuscaloosa, even up into Coleman and Huntsville. Just don't go to those areas today, tonight, or not even tomorrow morning. It'll probably be Wednesday before it's going to be safe to travel into those areas. And with all of the massive power outages that we expect to see, it may not even be safe to travel into those areas on Wednesday. Make sure you call ahead and check the conditions before you go. So this winter storm is ongoing as we speak across northwest Alabama, down from about Demopolis up to around Coleman to Huntsville, north and west. It's already underway. They started receiving freezing rain and sleet last night at about 7 p.m., been ongoing all morning long. So then we'll start to see this stuff move into the Birmingham metro area and Tuscaloosa by 9 a.m. this morning and continuing through about 12 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we expect little to no impact across East Alabama or West Georgia. So you folks in Clay, Randolph, Coosa, Tallapoosa, Chambers, Lee, and then over in West Georgia, Carroll, Hurd, Troop, and Harris. We're not expecting any problems from this. Yes, the cold air will eventually make it into those areas, but we think the precipitation will be long gone before it gets there. I know a lot of folks are nervously watching what's going to be taking place over the next 24 to 48 hours. And yes, we could see a little sleet from time to time late this evening as this stuff starts to move out. But we are not anticipating any travel problems, any power outages, or anything like that across East Alabama or West Georgia. But don't be surprised if you see a little sleet towards sunset this evening, maybe up until around 9 or 10 p.m. this evening. But again, it should not be a problem because the moisture will be moving away as the temperature gets cold enough to support any type of frozen precipitation across East Alabama or West Georgia. As a matter of fact, we may be dealing with a thunderstorm or two across East Alabama and West Georgia later on this afternoon. So here's the warning map, and it's just mind-boggling at the number of counties and states across the southern half of the United States that are under either winter storm warnings, ice storm warnings, winter weather advisories. And there are a few counties there in Alabama that don't have colors on them, and that's incorrect. As a matter of fact, we now have several counties in northwest Alabama that are also under a ice storm warning. This is going to be significant. And then up there in North Georgia, Northwest Georgia, over into Northeast Georgia, you see an area of red. That is the possibility of some elevated frozen precipitation late this afternoon. We could see some black ice issues up there as well, but we don't anticipate a major issue across North Georgia. Here's the national map showing you what I'm talking about. It's just ugly. I mean, it's just all you can say about it. Everything you could possibly imagine here. We've got the possibility of some strong thunderstorms this afternoon. We have an ice storm warning for northwest Alabama, winter storm warning for a good chunk of west Alabama. We could see freezing rain, sleet, snow, and thunderstorms, all within the state of Alabama today. That's just crazy. So here we go with your expected high temperatures this afternoon. I think this is ambitious because we have already started seeing the temperatures start to fall this morning since midnight. And so I'm not really sure we make it to 51 degrees today in Roanoke, but that's what they're calling for. 51 in Roanoke, Wadley 52, Wedowee 50, and Woodland 50. And that's not a mistake up there at Birmingham. It's already, we're looking at 39 degrees for the afternoon high in Birmingham. And that's just how much of a difference there is in the temperatures from just Birmingham into East Alabama. It's crazy. Here's the satellite shot this morning showing those clouds moving in from the west. The yellows and blues there, that's going to be the frozen precipitation falling over in Mississippi. We've also got some over northwest Alabama, and all that stuff will slowly be moving off to the east, northeast throughout the day. So just a mess in West Alabama, Northwest Alabama, over most of the state of Mississippi, even down to New Orleans, Louisiana. There are parts of northeastern Louisiana that could see close to 1 inch of ice before this is over with. Arkansas is getting in on the action, Oklahoma, and most of Texas also just getting hammered today. Total rainfall amounts expected over the next 5 days across East Alabama and West Georgia. Most of us are in the 1.75 to 2 inches. However, there is an area there anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. From central and southeast Randolph down into Chambers, portions of Lee, over into Harris, Troop, Hurd, and Carroll. 2 to 4 inches of rain between now and the next 5 days. Our next weather system is going to be in here on Thursday, and we're looking at some really heavy rainfall with that one. So hang on to your raincoats. Here's the Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar this morning, and you can see what I'm talking about. We already have lots of frozen precipitation across West Alabama, back over into Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas. We're showing snow, or the radar is showing snow there across central Mississippi, moving into West Alabama, but I think that most of that is going to be freezing rain. Here's the problem. We have freezing temperatures at the surface, but when you get 1,000 feet or so up in the atmosphere, we have a warm layer of air up there that's above 32 degrees. So from about 1,000 feet up to about 10,000 feet, it's not frozen. It's liquid. So it only has about 1,000 feet of frozen temperatures to fall through before it hits the ground. So it can't, the raindrops can't become sleet or snow. They fall as liquid, and then when they hit the frozen surface, they freeze. That's what freezing rain is. And that's what we're seeing across a good chunk of the southeastern United States this morning. So here's the Futurecast radar. We're going to start this at 5 a.m. this morning and run it out through 1 o'clock this afternoon. Look at that mess over there in Mississippi. Comes on up into northwest Alabama, makes it to maybe Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. And then east of that, we're looking at just a cold rain today and maybe even a rumble of thunder or two this afternoon. And then as we get past about 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. this evening on up to around midnight, you can't see it on this shot, but there are a couple of little bitty small T90 spots of maybe some sleet across East Alabama and West Georgia. But if you see some of that, don't freak out. There's just not going to be enough of it to make any difference because the moisture is going to be leaving us at about the time we get cold enough to be frozen across East Alabama and West Georgia. Here are your current temperatures this morning. Our current temperature is 42 degrees. We hit that at 4:24 a.m. this morning. I'm not sure we make it to 51. I think we may start to see the temperatures just stabilize and then slowly start to fall throughout the afternoon. Wind out of the east-southeast at 2 miles per hour, gusting to 6. Dew point is 40.8 degrees. And the air is just saturated with 94% humidity. As a matter of fact, you could be seeing some drizzle at your house this morning. Sunrise this morning at 6:25 a.m. Sunsets this evening at 5:27 p.m. Your forecast for today, a.m. drizzle, p.m. thunder. A hard freeze warning is in effect for all of East Alabama this evening. And you can see that warning scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, they say the high of 51. Not sure we make it that warm today. Wind out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting to 20 miles per hour. And we have had 1/100th of an inch of rain since about midnight. That's because of some of that drizzle out there. So here's your 6-day forecast from the Shepherd's Weather Center on Dr. Don's weather page for your President's Day Monday. A 100% chance of rain, maybe a thunderstorm this afternoon. 51 will be your high. Not so sure about that. 24 your overnight low. Some locations around East Alabama could make it down to 20 tonight. So we'll call for low temperatures between 20 and 24 degrees. It's going to be windy with winds gusting up to around 20 miles per hour at times. So that could bring the wind chill factor down into the upper single digits tonight. So make sure you bundle up if you have to go out. We have a 60% chance of rain up until around 8 or 9 p.m. this evening. Then as the rain pulls away, we may start dropping below freezing, 32 degrees, and then that's when we could see a little mixture before it's all said and done, but no travel issues anticipated. Tuesday, mostly sunny, 39. That's all we'll do on Tuesday afternoon. 25 your overnight low Tuesday night. Then on Wednesday, a 30% chance of rain late in the day, 54. Down to 44 Wednesday night with a 100% chance of rain. Rainfall could be heavy with 2 to 4 inches possible. Then on Thursday, a 100% chance of rain in the morning. 60 for your high, down to 32 on Thursday night with a 60% chance of rain up until mid-evening, and then we drop below freezing around midnight. And then on Friday, mostly sunny, 43, down to 24 Friday night, and Saturday, mostly sunny, 52. 30 will be your overnight low on Saturday night. So just a nasty mess out there. Best idea, don't go anywhere if you don't have to, and certainly do not travel up into northwest Alabama. Travel up there will become impossible. There will be massive power outages that will last for days. Do not travel. I wouldn't even go to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa until at least Wednesday morning. So, while you're sitting at home waiting on the weather to improve, go over to drdonwx.com and check out our website. Lots of severe weather information there on our website, as well as NOAA weather radio information. And while you're there, check out the God's Country page where you can download the Mixler app and listen to God's Country anywhere in the whole wide world. Also, tune your radios to 89.7 The Classic, East Alabama's classic rock giant. Top of this video, you'll see several links. One of them will carry you to Dr. Don's weather page on YouTube. Please go there and subscribe to our channel and click on that little bell so that you get notified the next time we go live for severe weather. Dr. Don's weather page is powered by our supporters, Shepherd's Fine Jewelry and Gifts in downtown Roanoke, Judy Aubrey. By Brandon Brown of BR Construction, Wadley, Alabama. By Liesel, Kelly, and Lavoy Caldwell of Lake Wedowee Life. By Jimmy Stevens Construction, Remodeling and New Homes. By Joey Knight, Auction 431 South in Phoenix City. By Neil Johnson, Superior Heating and Air Conditioning. By Southern Union State Community College, Wadley, Opelika, and Valley. Made in the South, a division of Southeast Soft Wash. By Joey Knight, Anchor Roofing, free estimates, free inspections. And by Mark Mitchell of Bama Diesel Repair in Woodland, Alabama. One last look at your Southern Union State Community College Live Doppler HD radar scanning this morning, showing no precipitation across East Alabama or West Georgia. But look at that mess over there in Mississippi. Creeping into West Alabama, the radar is depicting that as snow, though most likely that is sleet and freezing rain. Though there could be a snowflake mixed in from time to time, we anticipate freezing rain being the major issue over there. And you see, I keep talking about don't travel to Birmingham or Tuscaloosa. You'll see there just to the west of Tuscaloosa, out there on I-20, I-59, we're beginning to see precipitation hit the ground over there. Just north of Demopolis, all the way back into Meridian. And folks, I'm telling you, the interstate is going to become a nightmare over there. And so you don't want to travel. I know lots of folks go to the doctor's office in Birmingham. But if you have a doctor's appointment in Birmingham today or tomorrow, best idea is to call and reschedule. I would not travel to Birmingham today unless it's a matter of life or death, because you're most likely going to get stranded over there. You might be able to make it over there okay this morning, but then as this weather moves in later on this morning and into the early afternoon, you're most likely going to be there until all this stuff thaws out on Wednesday morning. So, best idea, don't go. Turn around. Don't get frozen in place. Hey, don't forget to check us out at paypal.me/Dr. Don WX. So we appreciate your support. We ask that you go over there and support us all and you can. And if you own a business, click on that send message button at the bottom of the video, and we can show you how you can become a supporter of Dr. Don's weather page by the time we do our next weather forecast. A nasty mess out there today. It's we've got just about everything you could imagine weather-wise. Everything from frozen rain to sleet to snow to thunderstorms this afternoon. East Alabama, West Georgia, no concerns. We'll watch it for you as we go throughout the day, but right now we don't anticipate any frozen issues across East Alabama or West Georgia. Hey, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll see you back in here first thing on Tuesday morning. We'll let you know the updated information on our next storm system, which will be here by Thursday, which promises to bring us some very heavy rainfall. We'll see you back in here on Tuesday. Bye now.